Okay, good morning, guys. Today is Saturday, October 17 of 2020, and the topic that we have for today is family and jobs. Our objective, use articles correctly, learn articles from unfunction and practice and asking questions. This is what we have to do for today. So I will start sharing with you uh, a PowerPoint presentation. This is 8th grade English, and the topic is type of families and structure. This is class number 2, and I am Sabi Vega, your English teacher. Okay, let's talk about the family. Okay, the family is the smallest union of the society, right? In the family, we have some members like mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, sister, and brother. There are more like cousins, aunts, and but those are different type of families. So let's check at the family structure. Okay, the nuclear family is like the usual family. We have here the parents, the mother and the father, and we have the children too. We have the daughter and the son. Okay, this is the nuclear family that is composed by around 2 or 3 members, or 3 members, or 4 members of the same family. Then we have the extended family. Extended family includes 2 adults, usually the father and the mother, but also there are many relatives living in the same place. We have cousins, we have aunts, we have uncles, grandparents, grandchildren, everybody living in the same house. We have these kind of big families in some places of the world. Okay, this is task number 1. You have to make a brochure or a poster about 6 moral values we learn within the family. Like in the example here, we have cooperation, honesty, responsibility, tolerance, kindness, and perseverance. So you do the poster or you make the brochure with a small definition of the value and then an illustration. So you submit this task to the platform on time. So now let's check jobs and occupation. Members of the family, most of the time, they have work. They have to work to support the family. So there are different kinds of jobs and different kinds of occupation. In this image, there are some that we can recognize. For example, in the middle, we have the pilot, we have the doctor, we have secretary, we have another doctor here or a nurse, we have an executive person, he is the CEO of the company, we have engineers, we have firefighters, we have police officers, bodyguards here, we have people that work as a sales representative, we have people from many places, work in the office, work in a hospital, they work in different places, okay, like teachers that work in schools, she is a teacher. So there are jobs and occupations that people from the family perform. So the question is, what do you do? Most of you are students, so you answer, I'm a student. But if someone asks you about the occupation of your father, the question is, what does your father do? Then you can answer, for example, he is a bus driver. If someone is interested in the occupation of your mother or the job, they ask, what does your mother do? Then the answer is, she's a nurse, for example, or she's a teacher. Let's repeat the question. What do you do? What does your father do? And what does your mother do? So what do you want to be? I want. Want is a verb that expresses desire. So this is like a dream that you have and you want to accomplish. So what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you finish school? When you finish high school? So you answer, I want to be, for example, using the occupation, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a secretary. I want to be an engineer. There are different jobs and there are different places where you can perform those jobs. So in here, in the module, you have a list of different jobs like wife, a housewife, doctors, nurse, technician, engineer, architect, judge, secretary, vet, priest, hairstylist, pilot, farmer, musician, lawyer, salesperson, lifeguard, waiter or waitress, actor or actress, scientist, postman, bus driver, cook, teacher, student, janitor, mechanic, police officer, receptionist, painter, and cashier. Remember, you have the vocabulary here in your English model. Okay, now, I want to be a teacher. A is an article. Why do we need articles? We use articles in English to identify if a noun is singular or plural, if this is a definite article or an indefinite article. For 8th grade, you are going to learn the difference between a and an in English. Okay? What is the difference between a and an? The articles a and an. A and an have the same meaning. That means uno o una. A and an are indefinite articles. The difference depends on the sound of the beginning of the next word. Okay? When the next word starts with a consonant sound, we use a. For example, a book, a car, a dog, a frog, a lemon, a truck. All these nouns start with a consonant sound. We use a with consonant sound. So we use an when the next word starts with a vowel sound, like for example, apple, an apple, an apple, an egg, an egg, an insect, an insect, an orange, an orange, an umbrella, an umbrella, an actor, an actor. We use an when the word starts with a vowel sound. Okay, be careful. The sound of the letter is important. Sometimes we have some words that start with a consonant, but they sound as vowels. Like for example, house. In here, the H sounds like a consonant, a house. But with the word our, the H is silent. So it doesn't sound. We hear the sound of the vowel. So we have to use an hour. Another example, uncle, 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 uncle. This is vowel sound, an uncle. But university, university, this sounds like the beginning of a consonant sound. Okay, like in you. So you use a university, a university. Okay, these rules also include when we use adjectives, like for example, a cold day, a very crazy person, an easy lesson, an interesting class. Like when we have here the list, you can practice with the list of different jobs that you have here in your English model. You say doctor, a doctor, postman, a postman. Okay, architect, an architect. Okay, remember, we use a for consonants and an for vowel sounds. Okay, let's check here a fast review of using a or an. For example, with the word accountant, accountant, an accountant. I want to be an accountant. I want to be an architect. I want to be an astronomer. I want to be an author. Baker, baker, B. This is consonant, so I have to use a. I want to be a baker. I want to be a butcher. I want to be a carpenter. I want to be a dentist. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a farmer. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a judge. I want to be a mechanic. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a pilot. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a psychologist. So let's check the jobs and workplaces. Like for example, a dentist, a dentist work in a hospital or in a clinic, a health center. A firefighter, those people work in a fire station. A farmer works in a farm. A doctor works in a hospital. Where does the nurse work? Nurses work in hospitals too. Okay, the mechanic work in a workshop. Okay, the pilot, they work at the airport. A baker work in a bakery. Different places in the community. Okay, so let's repeat the occupations and the jobs vocabulary once more. Accountant, architect, astronomer, author. All them start with vowel sounds. So we use an for vowel sounds. An accountant, an architect, an astronomer, an author. Okay? Baker, butcher, carpenter, and dentist. These words start with consonants. So we use a baker, a butcher, a carpenter, a dentist. Okay? So This was the topic for today's class. If you have